You see this right here, mate? This is all I've got left. It's 7 p.m. and I've sacrificed so many macros for this.
What is it, Tom? For our audio listeners, what have you got in your hand, mate?
A grenade.
Oreo grenade. Oh, we both said it at the same time. Say it again. Say it again, Tom. Said it at the same time.
It's a grenade Oreo bar. Have you had one of these?
I've had multiple. I love them. I think they're amazing.
Oh, unreal. Like, Nate, do you remember when like Quest bars were like huge?
Yeah.
And have you tried a Quest bar now?
Bro, right, so I lived in Australia for a year. Oh, right, we're going to start off the podcast with the most gypsy-like gyro story that I can tell you. I used to steal Quest bars every single day when I was in Australia. So they were like $3 each. I was like, yeah, I'm not paying that. So literally, I'd go in, get 2 flavors that I wanted, straight up my sleeves, and then walk out.
I mean, you're out in Australia, man. You're out in the bush. You're surviving.
Yeah, man. You know.
You stole hundreds.
Hundreds. I did that every day, sometimes twice a day for months and months and months.
From the same place?
From the same place. Woolworths in the city centre across from the Queen Victoria building. So any Australians, you know what I'm on about. Their security is not good.
Mate, I remember everyone used to rave over them as well. They were like, oh my God, they're amazing. Dude, they're like house bricks.
Yeah, chewy.
Like, if you've got any fillings, game over. Like, you're done for.
And if you don't have any fillings, you're going to end up with fillings from eating Quest bars.
Literally. But nah, this is what we've got left now. The last time I ate was 5 p.m. So another hour, get it to 8 p.m. We'll get the grenade bar in, and then that's it, man.
After we finish this podcast, you can get that in, mate. I'll let you.
I'm not going to be rude, and as much as I want to, I don't know why I've brought it up here. To be fair, as much as I want to eat it right now, I'm not going to. All right, I'm going to be a gentleman. But anyway, mate, how are you?
I'm fantastic, mate. I'm probably the most normal that I've been for about 3 weeks.
Like, why is that?
So currently on peak week, food is actually going up. So today I'm eating 375 grams of carbs. I've already had 340 of them. So I'm feeling pretty good.
Sweet. So you're tapering food now?
Increasing it. Yeah.
So yeah. Titrating, increasing. Wicked. Are you excited? How are you feeling?
I'm a bit nervous. I got a really, really good pump today. So I think that's made me a little bit more excited. But yeah, on the whole, I'd say it's more nerves than anything. But it's like, I don't know.
It's a PCA show though, man.
You are?
It's a PCA show.
Mate, it could be... it could literally be nothing. Mm-hmm. And I just care about it a lot.
I guess it's, again, like... What, it's been 2 years, isn't it? No, has it been a year for you or 2 years? 2 years. 2 years.
2 years, mate.
Yeah, like, it's enough time to, like, not feel rusty, but, like, a little bit, like, feel the nerves. And, of course, like, you want to know that the work that you've put in over the last 2 years, you don't look any shitter. Like, that's always good, isn't it?
It would be pretty embarrassing if I went on there and I looked worse.
The pro that looks worse now.
Yeah.
Yes, that wouldn't be ideal.
Less than ideal, mate. Less than ideal. How are you? How's your week been?
So I've got a little bit less carbs than you. I've got a new low weigh-in today, mate. So
whoop whoop.
We felt it. Dude, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty damn good. What are we now? We're 11 days out from the British finals.
Wow.
My guy, it's coming in quick.
Wow.
It's coming in quick. And I also booked my place on the WNBF today.
Good man.
Got it done. So that is like in stone. I don't know why I didn't do it, like, because I'd already bought my membership. I felt like, I was like, oh, am I going to make it there?
Yeah.
But then I was thinking to myself, like, that's that thought process is giving you a fragile mind, mate, just book it. So I just booked it, mate. I just went on there today. I was like, if you're booking it, that's it. You're making it. You've got no choice. So I already feel more motivated because now I've set it in stone. It's like, well, you got no choice now.
Yeah, right. Do you want some more motivation for you?
Go on, then.
Like, I've got an idea for you to do.
Go on.
You should book your flights to Seattle.
My days.
For the world.
That's like 0 to 100, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then, even if I don't win, I'm still going to Seattle to watch you.
I've just come 5th.
Yeah.
But I get to go on holiday.
On my own.
On your own.
And wallow and just go over there and binge eat and just feel great about myself.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just imagine all the American sweets. Oh.
Hey, the listeners are going to get fucking fed up, man, because we're just going to be talking about food and how much of a hole we're in and how much food we're getting for our peaks. But it is what it is. If you want to listen, you want to listen. And we've got a name now.
Oh, we do. We do
have a name.
I mean, everyone knows the name because we did share the previous podcast under the name that we decided.
Yeah.
But, Board Shorts and Banter, episode 2.
I like it.
Yeah, I do.
I feel like there's way too... People take bodybuilding way too seriously sometimes, mate.
I don't know what you're talking about.
People like you.
Yeah.
Like, they just take bodybuilding way too seriously. And I think if you go to that extreme, it just takes the fun out of it, man.
Nah. It's honestly, when it were a few months ago, the MBW, my wonderful sponsors, I did a reel with them talking about being a 95% bodybuilder and 5% do whatever I want. And the amount of people that were like, that is such a lovely, great way of putting it, because I like natural bodybuilding, especially, it's such a like potentially toxic way of living and existing, just constantly being very food focused, completely and utterly obsessed with training. You kind of let every other aspect of life that actually matters just slip. So being a 95% bodybuilder, I think it's the way forward.
Dude, I think, like, honestly, like, with my last preps, I was like a 75% bodybuilder. Like, I've come from a background of like Ziz and going out and, having fun, partaking in, some recs every now and then. And, just enjoying that lifestyle. Like, you haven't come from, really like a going out background, have you?
Yes, I have. Yes.
Oh, well, I mean,
yes.
Down the boozer, I'm not a pub guy myself, more of a club guy.
I think I am now. I think in my younger days, when I was like between 18 and 22,
cannon,
absolute cannon.
I like that though, dark horse.
Yeah, I know. You wouldn't think it now, would you?
Well, hang on. Okay, so describe, like, go a little bit more detail.
Oh, mate, I just used to go out all the time.
Did you?
So I did my 3 years of uni, and after my second year, I took a random gap year and went a gap year. I went and worked at Nike in Australia, and that year I can't remember much of it because I wasn't sober for a lot of it.
So you were just in Woolworths off your head, stealing
Quest bars,
being reckless.
Yeah,
I love it.
Pretty much it.
It's similar for me. I think, like, I'm glad I got that out of my system though. That's the thing. Like, I just did it. Like, I just went out. Like, I'll still go out now, but like, I have goals now, if you know what I mean, that I'm working towards. So it's like, I don't mind because I've got that out of my system. I've been the 50/75% bodybuilder. I'm now, I would say, like a 95% bodybuilder.
Oh, mate, you're more of a bodybuilder than me. You're 96.
Get out of here.
I'm going to certify you a 96% bodybuilder. Congratulations.
Well, if we talk about games of percentages then, mate, maybe I'll overtake you.
Yeah, maybe you will. Maybe you will. I've written a few topics of discussion.
Oh, you haven't?
Potentially, I've written down two topics of conversation.
I nearly saw that. Then don't show them.
One is one side of its nose.
I've just come in raw, mate. I haven't got anything prepped.
I feel like you're going to know what I'm on about with this first point. Have you seen what's kind of been going on Instagram, or like people have been very.
Hang on. Is it the WNBF rule?
Yeah.
I was going to ask you this, mate. See, I had it in here. But...
yeah, it was in there.
Okay.
I wrote it down so that I didn't forget.
Let's go. This is tasty.
Mate, I've never known a post get so many people's opinions on that it doesn't affect. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. I don't really have, like, that's. I saw that and I was looking at the people there and I was like, hang on. Like, why are you so passionate about this?
Yeah. I understand that the wording of the statement or the ruling is a little bit dismissive. You know, like, oh, a natural could never do that. But I think ultimately it's just been quite realistic. A natural is never going to be a top Olympian.
No.
Look at all the categories. Maybe bikini. But even then it's like maybe. That's one class out of however many there are. 6.
Okay, so Keon turned pro natural, didn't he?
Keon the Prodigy?
Yes.
I have no idea, mate.
I believe he turned pro natural, and he's now only just becoming like a top competitor.
Yeah.
And the reason why is, did you see when he fucking blew up?
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah, you can turn IFBB. Yeah, you can knock on the door. But to be like top, you have to crank. Yeah. You know, you have to be one of them.
You have to jump on the juice, so to speak.
So what's your like general thoughts on
it? My general thoughts, well, for starters, if you turn IFBB Pro, and regardless of any pro card that you could hold a PCA Pro card, you could hold a WUP Pro card, or a WNBF Pro card. There's a lot of pro cards. You have to sacrifice it to become an IFBB Pro. That is my understanding of it anyway. So you can't be an IFBB Pro and then go and do a PCA Pro show.
Okay. So if I turned WNBF Pro,
yep,
sick, cool, like pretty much lifetime goal right there. And I was like, do you know what? I want to stab at the IFBB. I need to sacrifice that card.
No. So if you then had a stab at the IFBB, and then you won your IFBB Pro card,
right,
and you became a GOAT, right, you would have to sacrifice your WNBF Pro card, just like you would your WUP Pro card.
Oh, no.
Oh, God damn it.
No, I'm happy, like, genuinely, like, buzzing. I've got that. No, genuinely.
Yeah.
It's a step.
I'm buzzing you are. But, like, you know, all that the WNBF have done is try to make people second guess or like just reconsider what it is that they're wanting to get out of bodybuilding. Are you wanting to become like the best in the world within a certain discipline, or do you want to go and become part of the crowd and get that, like, the influx of what's the word? I don't know. People taking a little bit more interest in you for a little
clout.
Yeah, for the clout of having an IFBB Pro card, because there are now natural routes of getting your IFBB Pro card. In fact, we're going to call it natural, kind of natty, kind of not.
Josh, are you natural?
I am natural.
You passed the test.
Oh, getting. Mate, it's not even like that anymore. I think it's literally as long as you...
It's just a little ball grab. Yeah. Oh, he's definitely natural.
That feels nutty.
The dick is lower than the balls. Natural.
Oh, God. I'm not natty then.
Hang on, did I get that the wrong way around? I did, God. Didn't I? Oh, no, sorry, the balls are...
I've never been natty.
Oh God.
But yeah, it's just a bit ridiculous. I'm going to say something that you're not allowed to say.
Okay.
Right. The UKDFBA commented on it, and you can't say it because you're going to compete with them, so you can't have an opinion on what they say. Yeah, You understand? So Lee, or whoever manages the UKDFBA Instagram page, commented on it, words to the effect of like, "Oh, this is so wrong, yada yada yada. It's not fair on the athlete, yada yada yada." Like, just need to kind of take a minute, reassess your situation before you start going commenting on things. If I can say this because I've competed with them multiple times, the athlete's experience of competing with the UKDFBA, especially as a men's physique competitor, is not fair on the athlete. Like, men's physique gets overlooked, and it's literally the last class of the day on every single show, regardless of it being a regional, a worlds, or a British finals. The venues are not great at all, and that's having done, I've done PCA shows, Two Bros, obviously WNBF. UKDFBA shows are the worst, like venue wise. Go on, what was my other point? Oh yeah, and then like photography and just all of it. It's just all a bit not very good. So just them having a little stab at the WNBF at the first opportunity, when really they've got quite a lot of things that they need to kind of realign for the athlete or improve for the athlete. Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Like, I enjoy competing at every federation I've competed at.
Good boy.
I do. No, and I have, but go to a PCA show. It's pretty, like the Birmingham one I just did, the Midland show. The setup was crazy, man.
Yeah. And how efficiently run is it?
Yeah, no, it's good. It is really, really good. But obviously I'm there for my goals and specific reasons. But I'm indifferent. Like, obviously, I think the venue definitely makes the experience as well. But as well as that, UKDFBA does have some it's like hardcore in terms of like the athletes that are competing at it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like people are there for a reason, if you know what I mean, which is what I absolutely love about there. But I mean, every federation definitely has, their improvements that they need to make to their setup in some shape or form. I definitely think they're getting put. A category has to be last. There has to be one, but men's physique is big. Like, men's physique is huge, and I think it should be pushed more towards not the forefront, because it's not bodybuilding, even though it is, but it's definitely not like bottom of the barrel,
Yeah. Just like if you look at the other federations and how they do it, the WNBF, they do it all like scattered throughout the day. So you'll just have like a mix of all different kinds of athletes going on at all different times. It's, it's quite easy watching. PCA, I think they're just so efficient at getting shows run. Like, I've got the running order. What day did I get the running order? Monday for a show that's on Sunday. So like, I know that I've got to be there at 12 for registration. My sector starts at 2:15, and it will start at 2:15. And realistically, I'm going to be done and dusted by 4:30, 5 o'clock. Whereas I've done shows with other federations where it's running into like, beyond 9 o'clock at night before you've even gone on for your class.
And you don't practice for that. You don't who looks their best before they go to bed.
Yeah, in it. And like, just with how the shows are run, you've got to register at like, say, 10 a.m. in the morning, and then you've got to be at the venue or be close to the venue literally the entirety of the day. It's not got the athlete's best interests at heart, has it? It's just, this is what we've done, this is what we'll always do. They'll never be changed, there'll never be improvement.
Well, hopefully there is.
Hopefully certain people listen to this podcast and take what I'm saying on board. I'm only saying it because I know how hard people work to get themselves on stage. Like, having mates that like compete, obviously, like you, I know as an athlete, you put so much effort into these things, and then you get to the show and you're a little bit like, I wish someone else put this level of effort in.
Yeah.
No,
I get that. I respect that.
Yeah. So that turned into a complete bashing of certain federations.
But anyway, so with the WNBF rule,
yeah,
is it a rule? It's set in place now. That's it.
it's been set in place since August.
Right. So as a WNBF pro, does this affect you?
This would affect me if I went after an IFBB Pro card and then say I won it and turn IFBB Pro, did a few years of being an IFBB Pro, getting absolutely nowhere because realistically it's not going to happen. And then I tried to go back and get back together with a WNBF. That's when it would affect me.
So so I get that. So you're not fussed then?
Not bothered one bit.
Cool. Right, that's that then.
Yeah.
That's good. So as a general rule, I think the majority of the people that probably are annoyed, it's like 99.99% of you aren't going to go down that route anyway.
Correct.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's more of like the prestige of it. Like, it's like the fantasizing about doing something like that, and it's like, why should you have the ability to take that away from someone?
Yeah.
Because there is people out there that can do that and that maybe would want to come back to the WNBF, but at the same time, like, it doesn't. I don't think it's too big of an issue, to be honest.
No, I think someone made an argument as well that it would then also. So, say someone did go and do that route, compete with the IFBB, turn pro, it would almost force them to go in hands because they're losing that competitive edge and they're not going to be competitive on a stage. So it would almost force them to become in hands. I can kind of get like, you're not helping the natural bodybuilding world by doing that. But at the same time, you make your decisions, you know the rules, and you've kind of got to live with the consequences of doing whatever you want.
Yeah. It's a weird one. Like I didn't read the full post because it was quite a lot of words, to be honest. And I just saw I just saw all the comments, and I was like,
mate,
nah.
I was pooing my pants.
Was you?
I was thinking, I've got a show next weekend. I was sweating. I was stressed. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to lose my WNBF Pro card. What if they've seen that I'm doing these shows? And then I messaged them and they just messaged back like, don't worry.
Yeah. Because like the one thing I didn't get though is when the WNBF started talking about how like, oh, we all know like the implications of steroids and people dying early, and it's like, do you need to go into that much detail?
Yeah.
I don't like slam them, but like,
Yeah.
do you need to start like spieling off all of that? Like, you can tell whoever that is passionate.
Yeah.
Passionate about natural bodybuilding.
That's what I took from that.
That's the only thing. I was like, this person is passionate about natural bodybuilding. And they're just trying to protect the federation with everything. And I respect that. I do respect that to a degree.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just a bit too long of a post for me to really sink my teeth into, mate. And I'm not a WNBF pro card, so pro yet, so I'll worry about that when I get there.
When you get there,
in 10 years' time,
it'll happen. 96% bodybuilding.
When I've won the Masters category in yeah.
I hate to break it to you, there's no Masters Pro cards.
Is there not?
Not yet.
They can't be that passionate then, mate. Jeez.
I know. The ageist.
Have you got more tasty topics for us, have you?
I have another tasty topic based off of the start of my week. So anyone that follows me on Instagram and takes notice of my stories will see that I entered a few shows this week. That cost me a lot of money.
Ooh.
A lot. So we're going to start off with the WNBF Pro show in Germany. So my WNBF membership was $150 for the year. As a pro, it's obviously more.
Okay.
Sound.
I didn't know that.
Just guess how much it was to enter the show. It's in euros.
250.
Oh, bang on. Bang on. 250 euros. So already I'm £400 down. €400, $400, whatever. It's all pretty much the same now anyway. That's a lot of money, that, isn't it?
And you're like flying the flag for the Federation.
Yeah, I'm representing. I'm literally representing the UK.
I mean, okay, so the money that goes into these shows, it's going towards the prize funds, isn't it?
Correct.
So you are kind of like betting on yourself.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Carry on anyway. More expenses.
So then a tan in Germany. Do you want to guess how much? How much is it in the UK actually? Because
UK, you're looking at around 80 now.
Okay.
I remember when it was like 60. It's going up. I reckon in Germany, euros, 125.
Ooh, plus another 25, €150 for your spray tan.
So that works out to be what, like £110, £120? Because the euro and the pound, yeah.
So just to enter the show, really, it's £500.
I'm not turning pro. Scrap that, man.
Yeah,
I'm going to stay amateur.
That is so much money for a show. And again, you want to compare it to the amateurs. A PCA show is what, £90 to enter, £60 for a tan, £150. All in.
Hang on, no. PCA was, I think it's 40. Yeah, it was like £45 for your membership. Then it's like 35 for a show.
No idea. I can't remember.
It's chump change for you now compared to the pros. You just go, yeah.
Compared to that,
yeah, that's crazy though. That's crazy. And then you got your flights.
Yeah, I've not booked them yet. I'm not ready for that. I'm not emotionally stable enough yet. Yeah.
You know what this means, mate?
I've got to go win.
You got to go win.
Yeah, I know, mate. I know. Said this to myself. I was literally there, like paying it. I was like, nah, come on. I believe in myself here.
Has it like almost put you off doing it at all?
No. It's just a sore. It's a bitter pill to swallow. Is that the same?
Bitter pill to swallow. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I also entered the summer shredding show in Texas.
That's crazy though. I love that, man.
Yeah, it is crazy. You're right. It's crazy expensive again.
Go on.
That's $270 to enter. You don't actually have to pay a membership fee, but that's per class. So say if I was a teen, you would enter teen men's physique and open men's physique. So you're about $500 down there. And then a tan there is $200.
So they have a teen $200
for a tan.
Okay.
Right. And then it's a 2-day show. And if I qualify for the second day of the show, it's another $50. So
is Christian just stood there like with his little money box and he's just like, yes, it's another 200, thank you.
When you buy online, it literally says Guzman, what is it? It's like Guzman Enterprise or whatever. I'm like, yeah, this is going straight into his bank account, innit? I can feel it.
Mate, have you seen? Well, he's in Egypt right now, mate, living it up.
Yeah,
Heidi's got a big rock on her finger. Where'd you know?
I've just paid for Heidi's big rock.
Literally.
Oh my days. Yeah. So expensive day the other day. Crazy. But
that's a good couple grand gone.
Yeah. For what? For nothing really. But it's worth it because it's all memories. It's all part of the journey. It's the literally goals and dreams that I've had for as long as I've been bodybuilding. So yeah,
and
I'm really not complaining. Just observing,
mate.
Only voice.
You got Sam locked in.
Yes,
for Texas.
For Texas,
really?
Yeah,
and you're paying for the flights.
Yeah.
He's worth it though.
Yeah.
The boy doesn't miss. I've only met Sam once at Ultimate Fitness, and he's a good lad.
He's so good. He's good.
He didn't follow me back on Instagram, so I've got a bit of a gripe about. I'm joking. I don't even know him. I'm not
Sam.
That kind of guy.
Sam will be listening to this.
Well,
Sam,
I obviously mentioned it. I mentioned it, so clearly it's strung a little. Yeah, a little violin chord in me, but nah, I'm joking. But
I'll be fuming.
Great guy. boy doesn't miss. And that's good though. It's good that you got him, because now it's like, all right, that's a lot of it justified in terms of like documenting it all.
Yeah. It's literally going to be so good. Having seen like how he was with Jack Eagles.
Yeah.
Like the photos and everything that Jack's got from him winning his pro card. They're like memories that like it'll go beyond my life.
Mm-hmm.
Like anything YouTube wise, and same with this podcast. Weirdly, our grandkids will probably end up Googling us in years to come, and they're going to find this and they're going to listen to this. Oh my God, it literally blows my mind.
Great granddad Josh Croggan used to steal stuff. He used to steal Quest bars. What a shining example.
Yeah.
And it's like, look how far our family has come from scraping the barrel and stealing food to now. Now look at us.
And it all came from them bodybuilding shows. And that silly podcast.
I love it. That's a funny thought though. Like, we're immortalizing ourselves right now.
It is insane.
What do you want to say to your future grandkids? Go
on. Stay natty.
Yes.
And you've got to name your kids Josh as well. Boy or a girl, just keep the name Josh going. We're going to have generations of Joshes.
I like it. It.
What would you say to yours? You're going to be really deep and lovely now. And
I would say, that's a tough one, man.
They're going to have done drugs now because they've listened to that great granddad Tom. He did drugs in his younger years.
I would say, do you know what, mate? You put me on the spot here. Can I have a think about it?
Yeah. We'll come back to it at the end of the podcast.
Yeah. Cool. Come back. Did you have any more topics?
No, just peak week. But peak week is peak week. I can't really ask talking about it anymore.
I'm 11 days out.
You're 11 days out.
Mm-hmm. 10 days from tomorrow. Guess how much food I've got tomorrow?
Oh, 125 grams of carbs. Higher. Way higher. 250? More? Oh, I've got a high day. Oh, baby. 400 carbs. No way. Anyone that's listening on audio, Tom is pointing up to the ceiling like, who scores a goal like that? Like Salah.
Golazo.
Right. 550 grams of carbs. 600. Bro. Is Lewis trying to like stuff you? How many?
I think it's 700.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
How many fat?
That's I think it's around 50. And then 200 protein, sorry.
That's an amazing day.
It is an amazing day. Absolutely. And like, you've got to consider I've had a brand new low weigh-in of the entire prep today. So my body tomorrow is just gonna suck it up.
Furnace, mate. It's gonna be like a furnace.
So basically what we've been doing is 11 days out from now, we're doing like a 10-day peak. Right?
Perfect.
So what we're going to be doing is, because I don't know if you can notice, man, my face, this podcast is a lot less swollen.
You look a lot better.
I look better, but I'm also a bit more sucked in. And the reason for that is because over the last few days, if you've been watching my stories, I've been trying to explain this. But basically, just stress super, super high. It's just an accumulation of fatigue from low food, from being very lean for very long. My body's never experienced this before, and I think it's just kind of pushing back. So I had edema in my knees, I had edema in my face, and it's just cortisol, it's just water retention. So basically, going into a peak week, you just want to be chilled out. Like, you want to be low stress, and you want your body to be in a nice position to be able to just suck up that food. All right. Because if you're high stress, high cortisol, digestion shit, like, it's just not going to happen. So we've been bringing down activity. So all cardio has been removed now for the past like 4 days, which has been a dream. Considering I've been doing 60 minutes every day for the past good few weeks, pretty much. Then steps have come down. So steps have been at 8,000 today, and they were 10,000 yesterday, and they're 8,000 tomorrow as well. So
amazing.
Since then, it's just I've just been feeling good. I've been sleeping better. My face started sucking in, and basically now we're dropping off that stress. We're going to give a load of food over the week, next couple of days, just to again further reduce that stress, and then we're going to be getting into a fat load. You don't fat load, do you?
No, but this is very, very interesting. I have tried fat loading twice. And both times I have had very bad toilet experiences.
Okay.
Right? One time it was going to the toilet every hour for an entire day. The second time was not going to the toilet at all for 2 days.
Interesting.
So please tell me and the listeners how you are going about this fat load, because I am so intrigued.
So basically, what we'll be doing is bringing down carbohydrates to around. It's not like zero carb completely. There's still some like fiber in there and whatnot, and some vegetables. So keeping some veg in. Primarily just having like meat and nut butters with oil and dark chocolate. Basically anything that like digests well with you, right? So my go-to is just chicken with wilted spinach with a nut butter or a dark chocolate.
Wow.
Right? I did actually have a fillet steak with peanut butter. Unreal.
Yeah. That's what I would have. Peanut butter and steak. Oh.
Yeah, it's unreal. So we'll be running with around 225 protein, around, it depends on the day, but at the maximum, around 120 fat, and then looking at around 60 to 80-ish carb.
Wow.
And obviously that's enough to just like rid the body of glycogen. Obviously when you've got baseline activity in there as well, you've got some training going in. That's no carbs at all, really. And then we'll be loading up following that. But in my personal experience, I've never had any issues with digestion at all. It's been absolutely fine. I don't know if you didn't include any vegetables or...
Oh, I kept vegging. It could have been pure coincidence. It could have been I had quite a lot of salmon when I was shitting a lot. So that could have been it. And then when I didn't shit at all, it was because I was having primarily red meat. And now I know, like with me and red meat, I've got to have like something that helps with the digestion. So like sauerkraut or kimchi. That tends to do the job with helping me digest the old red meat.
Okay.
But yeah, it's obviously been a long time since I think it's been about 3 years since I did a fat load.
Yeah. Again, it just comes down to that individuality again, doesn't it? You know, something that works for you, something that works for me it's not going to interchange, is it? So, but yeah, we've had good results from it. So that's what we're just going to be running through. We're going to be running the exact same peaking process that we ran for when I took the overall at the Northerns.
Yeah.
Because I just felt like an absolute Terminator backstage.
Yeah.
And then just replicating that. But this time with a little bit less body fat.
Can I ask you a question on your peaking process for the Northern? Because it was like, I'm going to vouch for you. You looked unbelievable. I saw you just before you started pumping up and you look like Tom Stockton.
Okay.
You know, you were incredibly handsome, but you just look normal. Next thing you know, you picked up a band or a dumbbell or whatever, and it was like, Jesus.
Did you see that too? Like,
yeah.
Dude, did you see me backstage pumped up?
Yeah.
I've never felt like that in my life.
It was crazy.
Dude, so people like this is something that was like, again, this is me being like, oh, this is like the year where I'm like, all right, yeah, I can be half decent. Because I did that. That's why we're running that exact same peaking process, but we're just going to be leaner this time. All right. And obviously we've refined it a little bit more as well. Timings wise, because we know we're going to be later on stage, etc. So push the food back just a little bit. But I'll run you through the process in just a second, but I pumped up and I just saw people looking at me.
Yeah.
Oh, and I was like,
you know when it's
Yeah,
like I've literally got goose pimples when
like
you're
you're on.
backstage and you are on, and you
Hmm.
literally you get a chest pump and you're like, yep, here we go,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah,
I looked
yeah,
at you, I thought this kid is not, he's not missing. This is
yeah.
his.
And then, so even like the thing is with me is like Lewis isn't someone to like just like dish out compliments.
Yeah.
He was like turned away. I was doing my thing, pumping up and whatnot. He was talking to our friend Maka. They turned around, looked at me, and were like, I saw their face, like, what? I was like, we're on, and they were like,
It's happening.
and they're like, yeah, we're on. And then I walked out into like the just before you go down to the stage and whatnot, and people were just looking at me like, "You're looking good, dude." I was like, "Cheers," and I was just like, la, 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 la. And walking down. But yeah, I felt like on, and I was like, mate, the amount of confidence that I felt then was just unreal. Like, I've never felt like that before. It was so good. And then guess what? And then they sent us downstairs, and we were waiting backstage for about 25 minutes.
Oh, all
So
right.
I lost everything.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
You didn't, but I know what you mean.
I was like, no, because I had to we had to pump up again backstage for the second time, and I started like sweating and getting hot. And backstage, it wasn't like in terms of like the heat, like
Yeah.
so it wasn't ideal. I was still happy with the look, but if Terminator Tom in the pump up room, the initial pump up room, had stepped on that stage, clean sweep.
Yeah, boy.
But
Nah.
it was really really good, and I hope that we replicate that again this time, mate, because that would be absolutely perfect.
I'm sure you will.
Do you want to know the peak? So basically, in terms of the actual process, is from the top of my head. So we did a fat load. So Monday to Wednesday was low carb, like trace carbs almost, high protein, high fats, high water. Right. In terms of like sodium manipulation, it was just a case of keeping regular grinds on foods. So it's not really overcomplicated. I think we're putting down around 6 liters of water per day, around 5 grinds of salt per meal, so quite high salt. 4 to 5
did
grinds.
You have 5 grinds every meal for like that week?
When it came to yes, for the week leading up, and then when I believe was it so on during the carb load? No, sorry, on show day we put in more salt. So on the day pre-show and on show day we were using 7 grinds of salt. So we're actually putting on more salt. It was quite a lot of salt, more salt than I had ever really experienced.
Yeah.
But as well as that, I drank 6 liters, nearly 7 liters of water on show day. Yep.
Yeah.
Amazing. Didn't cut water. So carbs wise, I think the hardest we pushed it was around 750. So that was the highest day. So we did a moderate carb load with around, I think it was 650. And then we did 750 the day after. And then I think on show day, we pulled that down to around 400 off the top of my head. Around 6.5 liters of water in and lots of salt, like lots of salt. And that was it, man. Didn't really change anything. Just more carbs, just a bit more salt. Don't cut your water, and I felt incredible.
Yeah.
You just got to be lean enough in the first place for a peak like that to actually work.
Yeah.
The error that we made at the PCA Midlands is we tried cutting water, and it just didn't work out. So there we
go. But it was really hot though that day, wasn't it?
It was. Yeah. How do you remember that?
I remember.
You got. I remember. Yeah, it was a hot day, and we cut water, so it just wasn't a good combo. But yeah, not going to be cutting water this time. I've learned that twice now from my prep in 2021. Sorry, cut water didn't work out.
Yeah.
We just wanted to test it at that PCA show because like it wasn't the show that we needed to win, even though we came second. But yeah, don't cut water.
So from today, so obviously today's Wednesday, competing on Sunday. I've started doing like my little salt manipulation. So I've been putting 3 grinds of salt on every meal. And then pre-workout today, I went mad. I reckon I put 10 grinds of salt over 2 rice cakes. So like 5 and 5. And I was like, I'm going to get a sick pump here. It was
Terminator pump.
Ridiculous.
Was it?
Oh, mate, it was unreal.
Did you have a pump formula with that as well?
Yeah, Vascumax.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah,
What code
boy.
could people? What code could people use for that?
JC10. I'm going to get him to do us as a podcast.
That would be good. That would be good. But
Yeah.
we're gonna have to. That means everything we get delivered, any supplements, we're gonna have to just like, if it gets delivered to me, I'll put it into like little Chinese pots and I'll send it up to you, and then you can have your share of that as well. So,
well, they can just give us more money or more supplements for free.
Yeah.
Shout out to Elite Subs. We love you guys so much.
Genuinely, our guys. But so in terms of plans for this peak, then have we discussed
that? I don't know
what you're going to. I don't think you've actually dug deep into it. So you've done your a little bit of salt manipulation.
Yeah. So salt manipulation started today. Water manipulation started yesterday. Well, food started in an upwards trajectory yesterday. Water will literally be going in the same trajectory as food. So as food goes up, water goes up. Obviously, as food goes up and I add more meals in, so like tomorrow, I'm trying to keep my meals roughly the same size because I don't want to end up hella bloated. So therefore, the salt intake will end up like going up just from having more meals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you pull down vegetables?
I'm not eating that much veg anyway, so I don't think I need to do that. I'll literally, at the minute, I'm having like a few grapes in my porridge in the morning, and then some salad in an evening. So there's not a great amount. I've not got that much of an appetite, to be honest. It's weird. Like normally on prep, I'm like starving, so I'll just end up eating loads of veg. But yeah, this year I've just been fine.
Grab a caffeine helps.
Yeah, I said it's because I'm on all the caffeine in the world. Genuinely, yeah. So I'm going to end up having 2 really high days. Probably, well, definitely tomorrow and Friday. Saturday, bring it down to a rough baseline of it might be around 300 carbs just to hold the look. And then Saturday, just have 2 or 3 meals of the usual size meals, which will be about 90 carb each, depending on what time I'm on stage and all that kind of stuff. So
I honestly feel like people put peak week on too much of a pedestal to the point where the peak stresses them out and it ruins their look.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like it's the last few percentage. Get peeled. Notice when you look your best, like outside of your peak week, like particular foods that you eat, how much of that food you've ate, how much water you've drank over the last few days. Like keep note of that and like assess when in your training you look the best.
Yeah.
And just almost try and replicate that. Do not overcomplicate it. The more peaks you go through, the more competitions you do, the more stuff you realize to just pull out. Don't worry about it and just keep it simple, man. Focus more effort on getting peeled, right? Not relying on your peak week to save you, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, because realistically, peak week is not going to save anyone, especially as a natty.
Yeah, and like I feel like peak weeks in general, obviously they can make a difference. They can really bring you in nice, but if you are like a 300-pound shredded to the bone Olympia top, like they're gonna have a bigger, like more significant effect.
Yeah.
Versus if you're 67 kg soaking wet like me, like it is negligible. It is. So just pay attention to when you look your best during your competition prep, how much food you're eating, how much fluids, all that stuff, and just try and replicate close to that. Maybe just adding in a few extra carbs. Don't cut your water. And I think for the majority of people, as a fail-safe, that is a good route to go down.
I've got one last thing to kind of say on, like the pre-stage pump up, just because I was like sorting out my itinerary earlier on like things that I need. Have you ever tried the hot stuff spray?
No.
So it's like a glaze.
What is it?
It almost feels like deep heat.
Oh, is it actually like a bodybuilding focused glaze?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's ridiculous.
What, for like vascularity?
Mate, vascularity, you could literally... So when I was in Vegas competing,
Hot stuff.
we was... they put us in a room that had air conditioning in whilst we're pumping up, which felt nice. Yeah, great. But when you're getting pumped, you kind of want to be warm. So I put this spray on. I was like, oh my God. Like, I literally just bought it randomly. I was like, yeah, I'll give it a go if I need it. Put it on. I was like, oh my God, I am red hot. Next thing you know, everyone were using it and everyone got like the sickest of pumps. Does it
not make you sweat?
No, I didn't sweat, but I think I didn't sweat because I'd like halved my water intake that day.
Right.
Because I didn't want any bloating, but yeah, I didn't sweat. And the vascularity, the pump was mega.
Hot stuff, high definition optimizer oil spray.
That's the one. What website are you on?
No, I'm not giving them a shout out, mate. To our 100,000 viewers, they're gonna no,
it's gonna end up sold out. Definitely don't give them a shout out.
Yeah, no, I need to get some, man. But you can get it from pretty much all like big retailers of supplements, like discounty places in the UK.
Yeah, sweet.
So there you go.
Hot stuff.
Interesting. I would be scared to use that just because I've never used it before.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to
use it in the gym first.
Yeah. Just rub it on your balls first. Do like a patch test.
Oh,
and
mate,
see how you get on.
If you get it in your eyes, your eyes get so pumped. It's so good.
Oh, my face needs some glaze, bro. I can't have my body all shiny and not my face. And you just on stage like, just scream like you've just been what's it when you get pepper sprayed. Oh my days.
My training partner Will, when he competed at the BMBF a few weeks ago, he did the pre-judging and we knew we weren't going to place. So before he came out for the evening show, because they split it into two, I covered him in this hot glaze. And honestly, right, I was sat in the crowd. I could not breathe. I was just laughing so much because he was just going redder and redder and redder.
Does it hurt? Like, it actually hurts a little bit as well, yeah?
A little bit. It probably hurt Will based on how much I put on him. It was hilarious.
Oh, my days.
But he looks sick.
Do you know what? I'm going to buy some. I'm going to try it during this peak week, see how we get on. If it's good, I'm going to send it.
Try it in the gym. Bloody hell, what have you just done then?
I've accidentally just turned my light up.
I'm going to say.
Right. 2 seconds. I'm going to pee.
Oh, are we pausing?
Pause. Yeah. We're rolling. Hot stuff, mate. Hot stuff. I'm going to try some. 100%.
Yeah, just try it. It's worth it. Worth it.
Did you have any more topics, my guy?
No, not that I can think of, mate. Not that I can think of. Have you?
Weight caps. I know, again, it's kind of not relevant to us, but what do you think of it?
What do I think of it? I think it's a massive... It's really like, you can be absolutely massive still.
Yeah. 10... Do you know how much weight, if I want... My men's physique weight cap?
It's the same as mine, isn't it? 90 kilos?
No, I'm like 4 inches taller than you, man.
Oh, yeah, good one.
You're better looking, but I'm taller, so
Is it 90 kilos?
I don't know. Mine's like, I think it is. Yeah. So it would work out. I could be 50 pounds heavier, stage condition than what I am right now.
That is just insane.
Can you imagine, right, on stage weighing 25 kilos more than what you do right now?
No.
Mate, dude, you'd be huge, absolutely massive. Like, I can't even quantify that in my brain.
It literally.
Do you know what? All it does is just makes me want to like make the jump, dude. I'm gonna do. Should we do it?
Shall we do it together?
Should we? Right. This is the plan. Right. You've already got your card. I'm gonna get my card. We're gonna make that leap, and then we're gonna do the WMBF a day. All right, and then we're gonna run steroids for about 5 years. We're gonna come back to WMBF and be like,
yes,
Please.
Please take us back.
Please. No, I'm joking. But £50.
It's just insane, isn't it?
Imagine. So, how much would you have extra to gain then?
23, 22, 23 pounds.
I've got double the weight of you to gain.
Wow. Mate, I'm like 8 kilos still.
Yeah, you're like 80 kilos. I'm 68.
Yeah.
Shit. Who would be a better IFBB pro out of us two?
Well, if you had 50 more pounds on your frame and you put it all on your chest and your delts and your arms, oh my God, you'd smoke me. So I'd only be able to add another 10. 20.
Oh, no, but you'd look good though, man. You'd look
No,
really
I wouldn't.
good.
No, I wouldn't, because I wouldn't be natural. So I would hate myself.
And you wouldn't
every day.
And you wouldn't be in physique. You'd be in classic.
You're right.
You would. You'd be in classic. 100%.
I still want to do it.
What's stopping you?
I'm going to do it next time I compete.
Okay. Focus on just physique. That's your forte, mate. That is you. We are the Board Shorts and Banter podcast. You cannot. No, you can't. You can never do physique now.
Yeah, because we'll have to change it to the trunk twats or something like that.
No, it'll be budgie smugglers and banter. There we go.
I like it. Diverse.
But in terms of like the judging for men's physique, how do you think that even the weight cap? You know what they've done? They've literally just knocked off £10 off of the classic.
Yeah, it's been a very lazy way of going about it.
Yeah, we'll just knock off £10. But dude, I think like they're still going to be huge. So what difference does it make?
Yeah.
Obviously, there's going to be a lot of guys that have to downsize now, but you just know when a guy is too big.
But like how many guys are going to have to downsize? I don't think it's going to be a lot.
Do you know?
Because like Ryan Terry, he's the same height as me pretty much.
He needs to get bigger.
He's going to have like room to be able to push up still, isn't he?
Yeah. So do you think it's just pretty like irrelevant? It's just not really going to change anything then?
Do you know what I think it might do? Right? It's going to make it more dangerous because people are going to end up taking more of the illegal drugs to get them to be the right weight for the weigh-in, and then they'll fill up and it'll just be all dangerous and someone will die and then everyone will go, oh, I wish we'd have stayed natty, and then the WNBF won't let them back into the club.
Yeah. I'm not. Well, as long as they don't like bring that stuff down to the naturals, mate, then
yeah,
I think we'll be good. I can't imagine them doing that anytime soon. So I think we're safe, mate. I think we're safe.
God, imagine if they put a weight cap on natural men's physique. What would it be?
I would be banned for being too light. They'd be like, "Oh, sorry, dude, you haven't made like the minimum cut-off weight. Like you can have to go to bikini. Yeah. Sorry, my guy."
Here's a nice bikini for you, bro.
Yeah.
Good effort.
I love it.
You've got the glutes for it.
I got the glutes for it. Yeah, I got glutes in. Yeah. I think I'd probably get booted out of bikini though for being too lean as well. So it's like, where do I belong? No one wants me.
There's nowhere, mate. Nowhere. Oh goodness. The next podcast we're actually gonna have a result to talk about and digest.
For you we will, won't we?
Yeah, we will. And then we'll be talking about your peak week and I'll be not wanting to compete anymore because I'm going to get my arse handed to me by whatever he's called, young Hattersley boy and Chris Rendell and...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, Chris placed... Where did Chris place that thingy? At the Southerns?
Second.
Yeah. What was the last show? Was that last show the Heart of England?
Heart of England was... God, what was the boy called? James, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Who won tall? He's decent. He's probably your biggest competition, mate.
Is that the one with Zach?
Yeah.
He's good. He's very good. He looks like a transformer, but I'm ready for it, mate.
Mate, he's obviously genetically blessed.
Yeah, but it is what it is, mate. Focus on yourself. Turn up, mate. Zero nerves. Just enjoy the day. Mate, honestly, like at that PCA show, right? It was the best I've ever posed in my entire life. And it's because I did not care about the result.
Oh,
I literally did not care about the result, and I felt so like I was like dancing backstage, like just getting ready for it. I was just like having a bit of a laugh, and when I got on stage, mate, it just felt effortless, like
yeah.
so good. And looking back on the videos as well, it's like my posing coach Mac was like, "Mate, that's the best you've ever posed." Like, like it actually showed on stage. So, mate, just enjoy yourself, and I think you've got the physique for it, mate. So there we go.
I will enjoy myself when I'm there and I've got my tan on and I've got that lovely smell of the pro tan. It's going to be sick.
Which is it? Midland? Is it in Town Hall?
It's in Hull.
Hull. Oh, it's quite far for me.
The Bonus Arena, mate. It's miles away from you.
Yeah, I'm not coming.
No chance.
I'm ditching you off, mate.
Sorry. It's all good. You're not invited.
But yeah, so next podcast we will have an update from yourself, and I'm sure it's going to be a good result, mate. Just land the plane, bring it in, first one of the season, mate, and it's going to be good.
Yeah. Also, for anyone that's made it to this point in the podcast, if you want to shoot over some ideas for podcast collaborations for people to invite on, we are up for this. This is going to be it's going to be a sick podcast.
So basically, anyone that you feel is going to bring value or to this podcast, or someone just interesting, someone you've always wanted to pick their brain, whoever it is.
Shall we go fishing? Shall we see who we can get on? Right.
I'm just going to mention who do you want on the podcast?
Who do I want on the podcast? Right. I can come up with, off the top of my head, 2 definites, but one of them's a duo. Right. Number 1, I want Joe Van Essen. Okay. I think Joe Van's amazing. I think he's a really nice lad. I really would like to get him on the poddy.
I've never met him before, so it'd be good to just chat.
To virtually meet. He's not too far away from you as well. Like geography-wise. I think he lives in Cheltenham. Yeah.
Cheltenham? I'm miles away from Cheltenham, dude. I'm in Plymouth.
Yeah, but you're probably closer than me. Anyway, the second guest, I would like Zena. You know Zena, that's just won the BNBF.
Yeah.
She's just won a DFAC Pro card. I would like her and Ethan Kavanagh.
Okay.
Because Zena's had an amazing year this year. Ethan looks like he's eaten himself. I want to know what they're doing. They're doing something that we aren't doing.
We need to pick their brain and steal everything.
Yeah. But like it's a duo thing, that, isn't it? And then Mr. Adam Powell. I think Adam Powell would be. I think he's just a good talker. He's very chilled. I like him. He's also an elite subs athlete.
I like it.
Yeah. Who would you like on? Anyone that you could have.
Anyone that I could have on the podcast. Realistically, within our social grasp, I would have to say I'd like to get my posing coach Macca on, because like he is probably one of the most passionate people I've ever met with regards to men's physique.
Oh my God, yeah. If you cut him up, I think he'd just have men's physique in his veins.
It literally would. Literally, he's just full of board shorts, right?
Yeah.
So I would like to get him on. I think it'd also be quite good to get Tim Stewart on.
Oh my God. Yeah, I literally just thought the same, because Joe Gillen said that he wants to come onto an episode. So
yeah. They're all grabbing at us now, aren't they? Everyone wants to get on. Everyone wants to get on. But yeah, so I'd say maybe get them 2 on.
That would be a good one. That'd be really good.
I want to know how he's kept Joe alive.
I actually don't know. Did I tell you that I saw Joe the other day in the gym?
Yeah, well, I think you mentioned, but how was he?
I don't do this very often. It's a bit of a strange thing that I did, but I pinched his skin. I've never seen skin so thin on a human being. There is genuinely, and I do not blow smoke up people's asses ever. There's no fat on him.
And with how I feel right now, obviously there's genetic factors to it, but like being able to stay at that lean of a body fat and still function, that must feel like fucking hell.
Yeah. I've just pinched my forehead now, right?
There's more fat in your forehead.
I can pinch more of my forehead than I could his abs. I promise you.
Crazy. Yeah.
Crazy.
So let's get them on if we can, if they want to. While Joe's already, egging on. So, and then finally, Chris Bumstead. That'll be it.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be able to make that happen. I think he's going to the Summer Shredding Classic.
Make it happen. You've said it now. Do not let me down. All right. Why is my voice cracking?
Oh, do not let me down. I love you, Chris.
Daddy. Anyway, we'll leave it there. People, thank you very much for watching. My name is Tom.
My name is Josh.
This has been the Board Shorts and Banter podcast. And until the next one, peace out.
Bye, guys.
Bye.